Good morning, family. Happy Saturday. Welcome to this week's episode of Fancy Thoughts. If this is your first time joining us, you might wonder, what's a fancy thought? Is this just a thought from fancy? Well, actually, I am the founder and creator of Live Fancy Life, fostering achievement, never compromising you. That's what fancy is really all about. And so each week, I am determined to share thoughts to help you to do just that. I want to share insights and things that I know are helping me that I'm confident will also help you to live out what you were created, designed, and purposed for. To help you step into that new dream, to step into that dream, to step forward in that new venture or new adventure, whatever it is that you have been kind of holding on to and holding back from. I'm hoping that these fancy thoughts are going to help you to propel you forward. So later on this year, you will see the official launch of Live Fancy Life. But until then, I am dedicated to sharing these thoughts with you each week. And you'll hear me consistently repeat what fancy means, simply for two reasons. One, I want it to resonate on the inside of you, that we want to foster achievement, but never compromise you, never compromising who you are and who you were designed to be. And also, I want to help you realize that it's not just a nickname. It's a purpose. It's a desire. It's a drive. And my drive is to help you to foster achievement, never compromise you. So with that, let's get to this week's insights. So I had to write them down, so you will see me looking away every few moments. So the first one, this one I think is so important, and it's don't be afraid to celebrate your successes. It's very easy to hide and then call it humility. What do I mean by that? A lot of times we go through different things and we come out through some type of battle, some type of challenge, some type of experience that took a lot out of us. And we may even ask others to pray or encourage us as we go through it. And then once we come out on the other side, we'll never say anything about it. And it could be just that we're like, oh, that happened. There's no reason to make a big deal about it. Or we say, oh, I'm humble, praise God, and I don't need to really say anything about it. But I want to make sure that we also take time to celebrate our successes. Because, honey, you've been through a lot. The simple fact that you're here in 2021 means you've been through 2020. And if nothing else, you came out on top. 2020 affected everybody, and yet you're still here. And that's something to celebrate. We say, well, I don't want to brag. It's not about bragging. It's about recognizing that the same challenges that you have been through, somebody else may be going through right now. And sometimes it just helps to hear that somebody made it through it. And so we want to celebrate our successes, whether it be in a small group of close friends, whether it be on social media, or whether it just be inside yourself. Because sometimes we don't even celebrate our own successes within ourselves. We're like, yeah, okay, we made it through that, moving on. But if you're not able to recognize the challenges that you've overcome, then you can easily be sucked up by the challenges that are to come. So celebrate your successes, the small and the great. Don't wait till it's the big one. Celebrate everything that you've done along the way. If you made a goal and last week your goal was to do something 5 times a week and you did it 3 times, that's success because it's 3 more times than how many you did it the week before, right? So celebrate the small successes. It also encourages you and pushes you forward, giving you small victories all along the way instead of waiting for the big one to come. All right. Our next one. This one is really good. Things are different, and that's okay. Just pause and think about that for a second. Things are different, but you know what? That's okay. But what do I mean by that? As the seasons change, we have to be open to realizing that we must do things different, or we must also change. What you did before may not work in this season. So instead of beating yourself up and striving to get back to where you were, let's figure out where you need to be in this season and strive for that. What do I mean by that? A lot of times, especially those of us who are driven, who are task-oriented, who are organized and planners, or those who just have, who operate by tasks being done. Task-driven, duh. So those of us that are like that, oftentimes we can look at what we've done before. And we're like, man, I used to do X, Y, Z. I need to get back there. And so we go through these efforts of trying to reproduce where we were before. And then it doesn't seem to work, or it's harder, or it becomes a chore. But the reality is your life is not the same as it was back then. And back then could be a month ago, a year ago, wherever it might be. And so instead of trying to get back to where you were, let's celebrate where we are right now and figure out what's needed for this season for us to be successful. For example, let's say you used to exercise 5 times a week, right? And you used to go to the gym and you used to do that religiously. However, with COVID and restrictions, you may not have been able to do so. So you could either get up each day and be like, man, I remember when I used to go to the gym. Then the gym finally opens, like, man, I used to go to the gym 5 times a week. I can't even get out there 3 times a week. And you're striving to get back to where you were. But maybe this is the season where the activities that you need to take are going to be different. Maybe in this season, you need to walk more, run more, do more outside. Maybe in this season, you may need to do more in your home for workouts. Maybe there's just something that you need to do differently. And instead of trying to recreate what you did in the past, focus on what you need in this season and strive to make that the best that it can be. It may look very similar to what it was before, and it may not, but it will definitely be what's needed for this season. And finally, our last fancy insight. Embrace the new today. Today is a brand new day, and you get to choose what pieces of the past to allow in the present. Stop allowing the whole lot of it and then trying to weed through the beauty of today with the shadows of yesterday. What do I mean by that? Every day is brand new. Yesterday is gone. There is nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. You can't recreate it, or you can't go back to it, rather. And a lot of times we may have done something yesterday, whether it be good or bad, and we bring all of that into today, and then we try to work out today, working through yesterday. But today is today. The good thing is that today is brand new. God's mercies are renewed every single morning. So what we need to do is say, okay, today is today. What can I learn from yesterday? What do I need to finish that I started yesterday? But then leave everything else in yesterday. There's so much beauty in today, but we oftentimes miss it because we're still working through the shadows of yesterday. Your day today is full of possibilities, opportunities, and potential. But you won't see it if you're still stuck in yesterday. So I'm encouraging you, as you wake up today, whatever day it is by the time you watch this video, as you go through this day, choose to let go of yesterday and be present in today. Whatever you didn't do yesterday, if it bothered you that much, do it today. Whatever you did do yesterday, if you liked it that much, do it today. But don't do it in an effort to recreate yesterday. Do it because today is what it requires, or is required for today. It's required to be successful today. It's required to do what you need to do today. But be present in today. So those are our thoughts. Those are my thoughts for you this week. I'm hoping that you were able to take some nuggets out of this and understand that we are fostering achievement. We are looking for ways to help awaken the greatness that's on the inside of us, but we're never compromising who we are. God created you magnificent, wonderful, and He did it on purpose. Everything that's on the inside of you is exactly what He needed to be able to accomplish what He designed for you to do. You just may need to tweak a little bit, and you might need to pull some of it out and recognize that it even exists. So, with that, go forward this week. Be fancy. Foster achievement. Don't compromise. And know that you are awesome. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. You are well able, fully capable, and properly equipped to do all that you need to do. So make today a great day.